latest now.
Good morning. Jeff Craig, JEFF,
Thank you.
And Richmond Fire Chief.
Mike Legudis, MikeLegoudes.
Good morning. Justin Urick, Fort Bend County Fire Marshal. We're continuing response operations for the 23-car train derailment along Highway 90 near Oak Bend Hospital, impacting both the city of Richmond and city of Rosenberg. This remains a coordinated multi-agency response, including Fort Bend County Fire Marshal's Office, City of Richmond Fire and City of Richmond Police Department, City of Richmond OEM, City of Rosenberg Fire Department, City of Rosenberg Office of Emergency Management, Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office, Fort Bend County EMS, Fort Bend County Hazmat Response Team, Fort Bend County Homeland Security Emergency Management, and Harris County Hazmat Team, along with Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas Department of Emergency Management, Texas Department of Transportation, the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Federal Railroad Administration, and Union Pacific Railroad. There are still no reported injuries associated with this incident. The train contained a total of 147 rail cars, including 23 that derailed. Response operations are progressing and assessment is ongoing across all impacted rail cars. The leak is contained to 2 cars of ethanol. Union Pacific teams have begun patching one of the 2 rail cars leaking ethanol. The situation remains contained and continues to pose no current threat to the public. Additional information is at this time the only other confirmed leak is one rail car containing a non-hazardous corn syrup. And this material does not pose a danger to the public. There are no impacts to waterways in the surrounding area, and air monitoring and environmental assessments are ongoing for an abundance of caution. Union Pacific has successfully moved all unimpacted rail cars. All railroad crossings in the city of Richmond are now open except for the one here at Collins Road, which remains closed and will stay closed during the duration of the incident for responses. Due to the complexity of removing the 23 damaged rail cars, operations are expected to extend beyond today. We continue to ask the public to avoid the immediate area, use caution, and expect ongoing response activity. Additional specialized resources are being brought in from across the state of Texas. These resources will support mitigation, product transfer, and recovery operations. This remains a complex and methodical process to ensure safety at every step. Unified Command continues to coordinate rail operations and site stabilization. Safety of the public and responders remains the top priority. In closing, we'll continue to provide updates as new information becomes available. We appreciate the public's continued patience and cooperation as crews work through this incident safely and efficiently. Please rely on the official Fort Bend County, City of Richmond, as well as other partner agency channels for accurate information. Any questions?
Do they know at this point what derailed the train?
That has not been determined at this point.
Can you repeat what was found? You said ethanol?
Leaking?
Yes, leaking.
We have 3 cars that are leaking. 1 car is leaking syrup, and the other 2 cars are leaking ethanol.
No posing threat.
No posing threats.
To nearby waterways, air quality, everything.
There's no affected to the waterways, and air quality is still being monitored. At this time, there's no effect to the air quality.
Obviously, ethanol is very flammable. Is there any concerns with that as you try to patch up whatever is
So
leaking?
we have precautions taken for the safety of the crews in there working, and so all precautions are being taken for that there.
What was the point in moving these cars? Is it to make more way for commuters? Or what's
Yeah,
the
so the point of moving the cars unaffected is to get the openings open for the city of Richmond and the crossing here for the citizens, and then give access for the crews that are coming in for the railroad company for their other equipment coming in to gain access to the actual derailment.
Now, what does that process look like for those 23 rail cars? What does that look like?
I do not have that information. That'll need to come from the Union Pacific Railroad.
This could take days.
Yes, sir. It could take days.
Do you know if the train was making a stop at this company here, or were they supposed to keep going?
I do not have any. I do not know any of that for that. Alrighty.
So you said this one will remain closed?
For the duration of today sometime. How that length I do not know yet. That'll be coordination with City of Richmond and UP in that for their needs.
Is there anybody who needs to cross this that can't use any of the other
No, ma'am. We have other crossings down here in the City of Richmond that are now accessible to get to the north side.
So they can
to access the other side over there.
So this isn't going to cause any future further traffic headaches or anything like that for residents or businesses?
No, it's not cut off the residents. There's several streets that are open that they can use those streets to get from north to south. So this street being closed, although a little inconvenient, will not create an issue with the residents on the other side, north side.
I got a question. Yesterday, there was an accident downtown Houston. All the trains were backed up 8-10 hours. I was out here at the tracks yesterday, and I'm wondering if that impact. I'm wondering if that was an impact because we had an influx of trains coming through here, unusual because they were backed up for 8 hours. And I talked to the inspector yesterday that did inspect the tracks as he went through here, and now here we are 8 hours later, and there's a derail.
I have no answer. I have no answer for that, sir. That'll be something that'll be handled through the investigation with the railroad and the other departments that are oversee that.
You said the response, the operations will extend beyond today. I know you said could be multiple days. Does that mean just the area where, I guess, the accident happened is where you guys will be continuing for multiple days to
Yes.
investigate what happened?
Yes.
So there's, after, I guess, the end of today, there's really going to be no further impacts to the neighborhood outside of possibly like continuing with the air quality.
That's our understanding, but that's going to be all relayed through Union Pacific. There'll be the crews here working on that mitigation.
Does this impact any other like train shipments that need to go?
I do not have that answer. I don't have that answer for you. You got a question for the chief?
Chief, railroad, city always, the city works with the railroad, and you guys are just right next to it. Has there been, when's the last time you remember an event like this where you had derailment?
Well, I've never seen it in the 5 years that I've been here. There's been times when the railroad has stopped for reasons necessary reasons, but nothing to the extent that we're seeing here today.
All right.
Obviously, very jarring sight. We were able to fly. A lot of us were toppers, and so we kind of saw aerial footage of what the situation looks like over there. It's like a zigzag of all these train cars that are flipped over on its side. I know you said it's still under investigation, but is there any kind of inkling you can give us as to what might have caused?
None at all.
Right now?
None at all. None at all. All right. This concludes our.
Is there any coordination with Houston? All the trains, are they going to be backed up now that they can't come down 90A? Is that something that the city?
That's coordination. That's a coordination between Union Pacific and their dispatch centers on those items there. Not anything here at our local level. This concludes our press conference right now, and then in the future, Ms. Mary's staff will be the one coordinating any future press conferences. Okay. Thank y'all.